Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. This is Sundance 2019, and look, it's the director and the writer and the cast of The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. No bullshit, and granted, I'm a middle-aged stoner, so everything makes me feel, but I just watched this trailer and wept. Yeah. It is beautiful, and that's just from the trailer. So, of course, I want to talk to you about it, and I want to talk to you, of course, about making a transition from performance to acting, but I'm going to go to you because heavens, William, this is your life writ large. And you're sitting next to your dad on this side and you on the other side. As they tell the story of your life, what is this like for you, particularly?
It's very exciting for me. When I was building the windmill, I didn't imagine that one day I'll be sitting here being interviewed to see that my story that it started in 2000 to 2001, 2003, it is continuing. Since then, it's very exciting that I'm still reaching out to other people all over the world with my story. For me, to get that, it's very exciting.
It's weird because I sit down over the course of the week and I talk to a lot of entertainers and whatnot, but I've never spoken to a bona fide genius who moved the world forward. I'm sure it's nice to see celebrities and people in movies, but you're way above all these fucking people. Do you understand? You did something real, for heaven's sakes. And let's talk about that. How did you come across the story? Did you see it via NPR, or how did it come into your world?
No, I was told about it from the book launch, actually, in around 2000 and 2009.
Right.
So that's when I heard. That's when I first heard that the book was out there, and then I read it just after that, and I was completely stunned by it, by William's story, by the nature of the book as well, of just how he expressed that story with Brian Miller, who co-wrote it with him. It's a beautiful book, a beautiful tale, and I was completely inspired by it, by him, and by what he went through and what he did.
It's always a wise decision when performers make the jump from behind the camera to in front. My philosophy is you sit behind so many filmmakers over the course of your career, you aggregate a style and go, this is what I would do, this is what I wouldn't do. And when y'all jump into the chair, boom, magic, because you're kind of built for the job. Why this story? Did this make you go, all right, I'm going to put my directorial foot forward with this because this story means something to me? Did you have opportunity before?
Yeah, I made a couple of short films before, but this, when I read the book, I just felt like it had this extraordinary epic scale, these really epic lives, and I knew that it would, I felt that it would make a really engaging and deep and hopefully quite a profound film, and just sort of analyzing William's life and his story, and so I was totally moved to try and make that work. That was the process for me. It wasn't, in a sense, it wasn't complicated. I started to adapt the book, and quite soon after that, I was like, I'm so inside of this. I love it. I was traveling over to Malawi to meet William and spend time with his family and so on. And I was just so sort of inside the concept of it that I was like, it's sort of the natural extension is to direct it myself.
Now, for you, this is your first IMDb credit, but is it the first time you've ever acted? Have you acted prior to this?
Well, I've been acting, but not on a professional level. I've been doing a couple of plays back in my high school. But yes, this is my first time in a movie.
What was for those who have acted on the stage, what is the difference when somebody's like, come over here to a movie? How different is it?
Well, I don't know how it's done elsewhere, but how we normally do it in my country and in my school, most of the times you have to exaggerate everything on stage so that everyone else gets to identify with whatever is happening. But when you're doing a film, you have to be in the moment and be as normal as you can get.
And the more subtle, the better. Like on stage, they want you to be big. Here, you of course had the guidance of somebody who's acted quite a bit, but you were also able to go right to the well, to the source. Was it intimidating to have William around?
Well, it was not intimidating to have him around as such because I had read about him. I was just anxious to meet him, but after I met him, it was pretty much normal and everything just took its own flow.
Did you ever pull him aside and be like, William, did you ever pull Maxwell aside and be like, I would never do it like that?
Not really like what he was doing. It was like I was like just like for me remembering like back in the moment to be like, wow, was I doing like this that back in that time? It was very like exciting. Just like to remember, it brought me back into like the time when I was building the windmill, or like during the time the way what I went like through. So it was just like trying like getting the memory back.
And most of us never think about like who would play me in a movie, but you've not only didn't have to think about it, it's been answered, and you've seen the result. How do you feel? Do you feel well represented?
I feel like well represented. Like I did really a great job. Like trying like to go. Yeah, he did a great job. Yeah.
Now we come down to you. How are you?
I am great.
You're not only an actress, I understand, but you're also an author. Is that correct?
I write, and I am currently directing a documentary, 2 documentaries.
You're spinning
actually.
a bunch of plates. What was the book? Walk me through
The
the
book was called, in English it's a little bit weird, but in my language, in French, it was really strong. Being black is not my profession.
What is the French
So-
title? How does the French title sound?
Mon noir n'est pas mon métier.
Wow.
And I invited 15 other French black actresses to tell their stories about being female and black in the French film industry.
When you got the call about this movie, I would imagine excitement, or is there any sort of like, I don't want to work for an actor. I work with actors. I don't want to work under an actor.
No, of course, I was admiring Chiwetel's work for long. So, but I was just wondering why he was looking for an actress in France. So I went to the casting with, I have to say, that I did something a little bit weird.
What?
I went to London, I live in Paris, and I went to London in this big West African dress, pretending to be
You dressed the part?
Agnes Kamkwamba. And what happened is that the taxi dropped me off, and as soon as I put my food on the street, I saw Chiwetel and Alexa Fogel, the casting director, and I felt so ridiculous, pathetic.
They probably instantly hired you out of pity. They're like, come on.
It was a little bit too much.
The scope of the movie looks massive. Emotional impact of the movie looks massive. Are you prepared for all the awards, hosannas, and stuff like that?
You know, I mean, the sort of the point of the film, in a way, is to express on a big scale, on a large scale, on a kind of epic scale, you know, the story of William's life. I think it really, absolutely deserves a kind of a large scale kind of treatment, and that's what I wanted to do with the film. And I think that sort of, you know, not just the story, the interpersonal story, but also Malawi itself and the landscape and the size of everything. You know, I just thought it was so sort of cinematic and rich, and I feel like we've got to the heart of something in that area, and I'm really sort of gratified by that journey. Magnificent collaborators, not just as actors and working with William himself, but you know, the entire crew, you know, just a great, all the heads of department, just an amazing group of people to go out to Malawi with and try and tell this story.
Now that you've worn the other hat, is it going to be easy for you to just put your profession in somebody else's hands, your performance in somebody else's hands in the future, or will you view your performance through now a directorial eye? Like, I would do this a little differently.
Maybe. I mean, you know, that's possible. But the real thing is, I think that my experience of directing, I think, has also enriched my understanding of acting. You know, just by watching actors in this way, all the way through a process, of course, into editorial and so on, and seeing people kind of navigate different ways of playing scenes, you know, and making choices that weren't necessarily my choice, you know, but or wouldn't have been my choice, and then watching those things play out so well as the film comes together, and you know, they taught me a lot about my work as well. So, you know, it was a very enriching experience, you know.
I would be a bad geek if I didn't take this opportunity to say, with Avengers Endgame coming up, means Doctor Strange is going to be free to go back to work, man. And last time we saw you, you were sitting there going, too many wizards. So I guess that might be you headed back to New York soon, right?
We'll see, man. We'll see.
I can't wait. You were amazing. All right, what we do here is this is a winter cap. We ask everybody, put your hand in, grab one question, and then everybody answer this question.
Okay, let's see what we got. It's too easy. If you had to be snowed in with any celebrity, who would it be? Go on, just do it. Lay on.
We didn't get the
Oh, I see. If you had to be snowed in with any celebrity, who would it be?
If you were trapped in the snowy environment with any celebrity, he was waiting for you to say Chiwetel, but
Maybe
it
I
fell
can be
short.
disqualified. From
Yes.
that, actually. Apart from
Present company
apart from
excluded.
Chiwetel.
I'd say, I don't know. I truly don't know. Maybe someone who doesn't exist anymore.
Nice. Who? Dead people. That's a great answer. What corpse do you want to hang out with in the snow?
No. That's not what I'm I'd say an African queen.
Right on.
Yes.
Excellent, Paul.
I would have many questions to ask her.
Fantastic.
I'd say Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, I admire the work he's doing, so yeah, I believe
here,
we'll
right?
have a great time.
Isn't he in Sundance? The Rock? Dwayne Johnson?
Oh, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Blaine Johnson. I was like, I don't know who that is. Dwayne Johnson. Yeah, The Rocket's supposed to be in town. He's got that movie. The rest of the movie's here.
So,
Oh, my Lord.
we're gonna hook this up.
You could literally get cozy with The Rock here. He's here. I mean, not cozy, but like, I don't know about snow in. I'm sure he'll take a picture with you, is what we're getting at.
I'm looking forward to it.
William, who you want to get snowed in with?
Wow. This is one of very difficult question because there are so many amazing people that I look at. To so many inventors, actors, or athletes that it's a little tough for me to choose. Maybe I'll go into the athletes. I could have to be with Ronaldinho, like a soccer player.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice ball.
Yeah.
That was the analytical mind there.
Right. We expected nothing less. If he had been like Lady Gaga, I would have been disappointed, sincerely. And you, sir. We won't let you out until you go.
I see. You know what? It's already happening, Ken.
Oh my goodness.
It's
What a
already
great
happening.
actor. What a great performance that was. Give it up for the Hulks from The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, ladies and gentlemen.